A strange new object has appeared in the sky, and what scientists are seeing defies all known explanations. 3I Atlas, an interstellar object, is doing something that no comet, asteroid, or known cosmic body has ever done before. This object, moving at a blistering speed of nearly 150 km/h, has been accelerating in ways no one can fully explain. It's not just speeding up, it's moving against the laws of gravity, and it's changing in ways that no one can ignore. What's more terrifying, it's turning bluer than the sun, something that, by all known laws of physics, shouldn't happen. Scientists around the world are stunned. Could this be the discovery of a lifetime? Or are we looking at something far more sinister? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, the truth about 3I Atlas will shock you. If you're as fascinated by mysteries of space as we are, hit that like button and drop a comment below where you're watching from. We're about to take you through one of the strangest cosmic events ever observed. On October 29, 2025, the mysterious object known as 3I Atlas reached its closest approach to the Sun, a milestone known as perihelion. Observatories across the globe, including NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the Virtual Telescope project in Italy, and Harvard University's Galileo project, began tracking the object closely. Everything seemed normal at first, a typical comet's journey. But what happened next defied everything we thought we knew. For the next several days, the object's brightness increased by a shocking factor of 5, and astronomers reported something truly strange. 3I Atlas had shifted its colour. Normally, comets or asteroids have a characteristic colour range depending on their composition. 3I Atlas, however, was bluer than the Sun, a colour shift that was not just unusual but practically unheard of. This was the first sign that something about this object was fundamentally wrong. It wasn't just a comet anymore. This was no ordinary space rock. Over the course of the next week, things took a turn for the stranger. November 6 to 9, 2025 was when scientists first began to notice that the object was manoeuvring, a phenomenon that no one could explain. Avi Loeb, a professor at Harvard University and the founder of the Galileo project, has made waves in the scientific community with his bold statement, 3I Atlas manoeuvred. That's right. Loeb is claiming that this object, which we originally thought to be a comet or asteroid, is actively changing its course against the laws of physics. Now let's pause for a moment. What does it mean for an object to manoeuvre? Comets and asteroids follow predictable paths based on gravitational forces, and they don't change direction without external influence. Yet here we are with 3I Atlas defying the odds. Some of the sharpest minds in astrophysics have jumped into the fray. They're baffled. What's happening to 3I Atlas? Why would an object as massive as this one suddenly speed up, and without any visible signs of traditional cometary, outgassing or tail formation? Could there be a logical explanation for all of this? Some scientists say this could be a cometary evaporation. As it gets closer to the Sun, the object could be shedding material, creating a temporary propulsion effect. However, that would typically result in a tail, and 3I Atlas has no tail. Instead, it has 7 visible jets emanating from its core, which doesn't match any known cometary behaviour. Furthermore, if it's shedding material, why is the object turning bluer? This is a colour shift that astronomers associate with a metallic or nickel-rich composition, not with the icy, dusty surface we expect from comets. And there's one more thing that makes 3I Atlas even more bizarre. The object is moving faster than anything we've ever seen before, including the fastest spacecraft humans have ever launched. The question that scientists like Avi Loeb and others are now asking is, could this be something artificial? Could we be looking at a technological probe? Or is this an extraordinary cosmic phenomenon that's redefining our understanding of space itself? Interestingly, 3I Atlas is located within 9 km of the origin of the famous WOW signal, a mysterious radio signal detected in 1977 that has puzzled scientists for decades. Could 3I Atlas be connected to this signal in some way? And if so, what does it mean? We now have to consider a terrifying possibility. Is this object not natural at all? Could it be a message from another civilization? As 3I Atlas moves through the solar system, its strange trajectory and bizarre characteristics are raising more and more questions. On December 19, 2025, just days before Christmas, the object will make its closest approach to Earth. And that's when we may finally uncover the truth. We have so many unanswered questions. NASA and Harvard are still gathering data, and there are a few critical moments ahead. First, we'll have to wait for high-resolution images from NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, which has been tracking the object in detail. As of now, these images have not been released, despite calls for transparency from some members of Congress, including Anna Paulina Luna, who is pushing for declassification of these crucial images. What is NASA hiding? Second, 3i Atlas is moving toward a critical window for high-resolution optical and radar imaging, and we're hoping that we'll learn more about its structure. Could the object fragment as it passes by Earth? Could we see jets or even small objects coming off of it? What do you think, viewers? Could this be the greatest discovery in space exploration? Or is 3i Atlas hiding something far more frightening? A potential message from an advanced civilization. If you've been following along, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be covering the latest updates on this mystery, especially on December 19, 2025, when we'll be observing this object up close for the first time. As we prepare for the critical December 19, 2025 approach, let's take a step back and consider what we know about 3i Atlas. This object isn't just some passing asteroid, it's something completely different. 3i Atlas was first detected in March 2017, as it sped through the solar system at an incredible velocity. A speed so fast that it could only be explained by an object coming from interstellar space, outside our solar system. In fact, this was the first known interstellar object to pass through the inner solar system. But it wasn't until October of 2025 that astronomers noticed something strange. And what started as a standard observation quickly escalated into one of the most perplexing cosmic mysteries of our time. Its path through the solar system was almost perfectly aligned with the plane of the planets, a rare coincidence in itself. But as 3i Atlas approached the Sun, the anomalies began. When 3i Atlas reached perihelion on October 29, 2025, everything should have gone as expected. It was supposed to pass through the inner solar system, experiencing slight gravitational effects from the Sun. This is standard for a comet or asteroid. However, astronomers noticed that 3i Atlas wasn't behaving like anything they had ever seen before. This is where things get really strange. Unlike most comets or asteroids, which only experience slight increases in velocity due to the Sun's gravitational pull, 3i Atlas was accelerating at an impossible rate. The object's velocity shot up to nearly 3 times the speed of the fastest Earth rocket, about 150 kilometers, an unfathomable speed for a natural object. Now let's break down this acceleration in more technical terms. The acceleration rate of 3i Atlas is non-gravitational, which means it cannot be explained by gravity alone. This is highly unusual because most objects in our solar system are governed by gravitational forces. But 3i Atlas is not. To generate such a speed, the object would need to expel mass. Comets, for example, lose material as they approach the Sun, forming a tail due to the solar wind and outgassing. But 3i Atlas has no visible tail. Instead, it has 7 active jets shooting out from its core, which no known natural object has ever displayed in such a way. If we calculate the force required for such acceleration, we're talking about a mass loss of about 5 billion tons, an amount equivalent to ejecting the mass of several large mountains into space. No known comet or asteroid has the ability to generate that kind of force without visible debris. What could possibly be expelling this material? Could it be internal propulsion? Normally, when comets approach the Sun, they begin to sublimate. Their icy cores turn into gas, creating a tail. But 3i Atlas doesn't fit this model. Even more perplexing, it has been observed to maneuver without the expected release of gas or dust. Instead, jets appear to be emanating from its surface, an impossible feature for any natural object. What's even more baffling is the blue colour shift. 3i Atlas has turned bluer than the Sun, a phenomenon that is not seen in any known comet. In fact, this colour shift is a telltale sign of a metallic composition. Most comets are icy and reflect light in the red or white spectrum, but this object's nickel-rich composition makes it behave in an entirely different way. Could this be the result of artificial technology? Could this be a probe? One that is powered by some form of alien propulsion system? In a November 7, 2025 interview with Newsmax, Dr. Avi Loeb dropped a bombshell. He believes that 3i Atlas manoeuvred. Loeb, an outspoken theoretical astrophysicist from Harvard University, has been one of the leading voices advocating for a closer look at the object. He's even suggested that 3i Atlas might not be a natural object at all. In his words, what if this object isn't a natural comet or asteroid, but rather a technological probe sent to us by an advanced civilization? Now, to be clear, Loeb's position is highly controversial. While some scientists agree with his hypotheses, others are skeptical. They argue that the object's behaviour could be explained by outgassing and gravitational forces. But as we've seen, 3i Atlas doesn't follow any known models. This opens up a terrifying possibility. What if it's not a comet or an asteroid at all? What if it's a message? As 3i Atlas continues its journey through the solar system, the mystery surrounding the object has caught the attention of more than just the scientific community. In Washington, US Representative Anna Paulina Luna has been vocal about her concerns over the lack of transparency regarding the object. She's pushing for declassification of the high-resolution images taken by NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, which may hold the key to unraveling the mystery. Why is NASA holding back this crucial data? What are they waiting for? And could the release of these images be the key to unlocking the true nature of 3i Atlas? Despite the global fascination with 3i Atlas, the high-resolution data we desperately need to confirm or debunk any of these theories has not been released to the public yet. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, along with teams at Harvard and the Virtual Telescope Project, have been tracking the object from the ground and in space, but the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter has provided some of the most detailed images of the object. Unfortunately, these images have not yet been made public. Why the secrecy? We can only speculate. But as December 19th, 2025 approaches, the pressure is building for the truth to come to light. As we draw closer to December 19th, the stakes could not be higher. This is the day that 3i Atlas will make its closest approach to Earth and will finally get a high-definition view of the object. What will we see? There are several possibilities on the table. The object might fragment. As it passes close to Earth, could it break apart, revealing more details about its composition? Emit new jets? Will we see further propulsion activity? Release smaller objects? Could 3i Atlas be a cluster of objects rather than a single body? The data we collect on December 19th could change everything. Is it a natural comet, a metallic asteroid, or something much more disturbing? So, what do you think, viewers? 3i Atlas is coming closer, and its mystery deepens every day. Do you think we're on the verge of discovering something truly extraordinary? Or is this just another cosmic oddity? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates. We'll be keeping a close eye on 3i Atlas as its closest approach draws near. As we draw closer to December 19th, 2025, the atmosphere is thick with anticipation. 3i Atlas is just days away from making its closest approach to Earth, and everything we've learned so far is pointing towards something extraordinary. The stakes couldn't be higher. Is this object a comet, a metallic fragment, or something far more unusual? The day itself will be critical. By the time it reaches its closest distance, 6 days before Christmas, we'll have access to the highest resolution imaging available. This is when scientists will be able to answer the questions that have been haunting us since October 2025. The primary goal for December 19th is clear. Obtain clear, high-resolution images of the object. These images will allow astronomers and researchers to assess its composition, structure, and trajectory. Will it look like a typical comet with a bright, expansive tail? Or will it look more like a metallic object, perhaps even a probe? Up to this point, we've seen strange jets emanating from 3i Atlas, but we haven't had a good look at its core. Is the object emitting new jets, or is it releasing smaller fragments that could explain its unusual behaviour? Several theories are being tested in real time. Here are the key possibilities. Natural comet. The most common explanation, though increasingly unlikely. If 3i Atlas were a comet, its outgassing should have produced a tail. But it doesn't have one. Instead, we're seeing jets, a much more irregular feature that doesn't fit with traditional comet behaviour. Metallic fragment. A more plausible hypothesis, given the nickel-rich composition detected in spectral readings. 3i Atlas could be a chunk of an interstellar asteroid, which may explain its metallic shine and strange acceleration. This would also explain the lack of a tail, as there's no ice or volatile matter to vaporize and create one. Technological probe, the most controversial theory proposed by Dr. Avi Loeb. According to Loeb, 3I Atlas may be a probe sent by an advanced civilization. Its unexpected maneuvers, high speed, and unusual jets might be signs of an alien spacecraft that's using an advanced form of propulsion we don't yet understand. Multiple body cluster. Some scientists have even proposed that 3I Atlas could be a collection of smaller objects, a fragmented structure that's breaking apart as it travels through the solar system. This theory might explain the odd jets and unusual acceleration. As 3I Atlas approaches, one of these theories will either be confirmed or debunked. But it's also possible that we'll encounter something that doesn't fit any of these models. We know that 3I Atlas is currently located about 203 million kilometers from the Sun. As it draws nearer, it will pass through the inner solar system, nearing Earth's orbit. This is the point where we will see whether it continues to accelerate at 3x the speed of the fastest Earth rocket, or if it slows down in accordance with gravitational predictions. There's also the question of its trajectory. 3I Atlas is travelling in a near coplanar path with the plane of the planets, which is unusual in itself. Most interstellar objects travel in more inclined orbits, so its near coplanar trajectory raises even more questions. Is it merely following the normal laws of motion, or is something else at play? As 3I Atlas draws closer to Earth, observatories around the world are gearing up for their most crucial observations. The Virtual Telescope project in Italy, which has already released live imagery of the object, will continue to monitor its movements. Meanwhile, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory is processing data from its Horizons database, which tracks the object's trajectory with precision. The stakes are incredibly high. As we get closer to December 19th, these observatories will be on high alert, using every instrument at their disposal, from optical telescopes to radar systems, to gather data. This is the moment that could reveal the truth behind 3I Atlas, whether it's an ordinary interstellar object, an alien probe, or something even stranger. Now let's step back and consider a more disturbing possibility. What if 3I Atlas is watching us? It's not as far-fetched as it may seem. The object's unexpected acceleration and unusual behaviour could be a sign of intentionality, as if it's responding to the Earth's presence. A probe from another civilization, if that's what it is, might have been programmed to observe Earth as it passed through the solar system. This idea brings us back to the most controversial aspect of the story: alien intelligence. Could 3I Atlas be a signal, a message sent from another star system, perhaps one that is monitoring our development? It's a question that's raised eyebrows in both the scientific and political communities, with experts like Avi Loeb at the forefront of pushing for more transparency and investigation into this possibility. With such a high-stakes situation, there are naturally questions about the involvement of government agencies. NASA has been closely monitoring the object, but there are concerns about the lack of transparency surrounding its findings. Why hasn't NASA released all available data? And why is there so much secrecy surrounding the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter's images? Some political figures, including Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, have raised these concerns and are pressuring for more transparency. In fact, Luna and other members of Congress are calling for immediate declassification of the high-resolution images so that the public can know the truth about 3I Atlas. This is more than just a scientific mystery. It's becoming a matter of national security and public accountability. If this object is not a natural phenomenon, if it is a technological probe or something even more mysterious, the ramifications for humanity could be profound. As the clock ticks toward December 19th, the countdown to discovery is officially underway. It's a moment that could change everything we know about our place in the cosmos. Will 3I Atlas reveal itself to be an ordinary comet, an asteroid, or something far beyond our understanding? Scientists are preparing for the moment of truth, and their observations will determine the next steps in unravelling this cosmic mystery. Will we learn that 3I Atlas is just another weird anomaly in the universe, or will we be forced to reconsider everything we know about space? So, as we wait for the crucial data to arrive on December 19th, we want to hear from you. What do you think is really happening with 3I Atlas? Is it just a strange comet? Or could this be something much more profound? Do you believe that we might be dealing with a technological object? Or do you think it's simply a bizarre natural phenomenon? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and make sure you subscribe to stay updated as we bring you the latest discoveries. We'll be here covering every twist and turn of this incredible journey. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on this groundbreaking story. As December 19th, 2025 rapidly approaches, the excitement and anxiety surrounding 3I Atlas are reaching a boiling point. This moment will reveal whether the strange object is a comet, a fragment of metal from another world, or something far more mind-bending, possibly even the product of alien intelligence. The object will be at its closest point to Earth, only about 203 million kilometers away. As 3I Atlas passes so near to our planet, the high-resolution images we've been waiting for will finally be available. These images will give us the first detailed look at the object, and could be our best shot at understanding its origins and its strange behaviour. This is the pivotal moment we've all been waiting for. Even as we await these images, questions continue to swirl around the object. The more we learn, the more confusing it becomes. Let's revisit some of the most pressing questions that 3I Atlas has raised so far. What exactly is generating its acceleration? If it's not gravity, what force is pushing 3I Atlas at such high speeds? Could it be powered by some unknown non-gravitational propulsion system? Why are there jets instead of a tail? Most comets develop a tail due to outgassing, but 3I Atlas doesn't fit the pattern. These jets suggest something entirely different, but what is causing them? Is the object artificial? Could this be a spacecraft or probe that's been intentionally sent here by an advanced civilization? Or is this an extraordinary natural phenomenon that we've never seen before? As December 19th looms, these questions seem more pressing than ever. What will the data reveal? When we finally get our hands on the high-resolution images of 3I Atlas, we'll be able to answer a lot of these questions. Thanks to NASA, the Virtual Telescope Project, and other research teams, multiple telescopes will be aimed at the object on December 19th, collecting data that will provide answers. One of the key things scientists will be looking for is confirmation of its composition. Is 3I Atlas made of nickel-rich metal, as its spectral data suggests? If it is, it would further support the idea that this is not just a regular comet, but something far more complex. Moreover, astronomers will want to know more about its shape and structure. Is it a solid mass, or could it be a cluster of smaller objects? The potential for fragmentation, or the release of smaller objects during its close approach to Earth, remains a huge mystery. One of the biggest questions hanging over the upcoming observations is whether 3I Atlas will fragment as it nears Earth. This has been a concern for some time. If the object is made of fragile materials, the forces exerted on it as it passes close to Earth could cause it to break apart. This could reveal additional pieces that may provide further clues about its composition and structure. Alternatively, 3I Atlas could remain intact, maintaining its form and structure as it speeds through the inner solar system. If this happens, it would suggest that the object is made of more robust material than previously thought. Another critical aspect that scientists will be watching for is whether 3I Atlas emits new jets or shows signs of increased activity as it approaches Earth. As it nears the Sun, some comets increase their outgassing and become more active. However, 3I Atlas has already demonstrated jets without the expected tail. If these jets intensify or new ones appear, it would suggest that there's something more complex happening beneath the surface. What could be driving these jets? Could they be parts of an artificial propulsion system? If so, it would further blur the line between natural and artificial explanations. As we await the data, it's important to remember that the theories surrounding 3I Atlas are still speculative, though the evidence is mounting. Whether it's a comet, a metallic fragment, or a technological probe, each possibility comes with vast implications for humanity. If it's a comet, it would mean that we are witnessing a truly unprecedented phenomenon, one that challenges our current understanding of cometary behaviour. If it's a metallic fragment, it could reveal the presence of interstellar material that's never been observed before. This would not only expand our knowledge of solar system formation, but also challenge the current models of space debris. If it's an alien probe, we would be forced to reconsider the entire history of human interaction with the cosmos. If 3I Atlas is indeed a technological object, it could mean that we are not alone in the universe, and that extraterrestrial civilizations have been observing us for far longer than we've realized. One of the most intriguing aspects of 3I Atlas is its proximity to the WOW signal, a mysterious radio transmission detected in 1977 that many believe could have been a message from an extraterrestrial civilization. The fact that 3i Atlas is located within 9 of the origin of the WOW signal is an uncanny coincidence. Or is it? Some researchers, including Dr. Avi Loeb, have speculated that 3i Atlas could be connected to this signal. Could the object be part of a larger communication network, or even a signal in itself? The WOW signal has remained an enigma for decades, but the possible connection between it and 3i Atlas raises the possibility that we're witnessing a momentous moment in history, one that could redefine our understanding of extraterrestrial life. As we continue to monitor 3i Atlas, the search for answers is more urgent than ever. Will the high-resolution images from December 19, 2025 shed light on its true nature? Will we finally know whether this object is a natural phenomenon or something more? The global scientific community is united in its mission to understand this strange object. From NASA to Harvard to independent observers around the world, researchers are eagerly awaiting the data that will determine the fate of this mystery. The question is no longer just about 3i Atlas, it's about our place in the universe and the possibility that we are not alone. As we await these final observations, one question lingers. What happens next? The discoveries we make in the coming weeks could answer some of the most profound questions about the universe. Whether 3i Atlas is a natural comet, a piece of space debris, or something else entirely, the fact that it is accelerating in a way that no natural object can means that we have to rethink everything we know about the cosmos. For now, we wait. But December 19th, 2025 will be the day that changes everything. As we close this chapter of the 3i Atlas saga, we want to hear from you. What do you think this object is? Is it a strange comet, a fragment of an asteroid, or something even more out of this world? Leave your comments below and share your theories. We're really curious to know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because we'll be following this story closely, especially after December 19th, when we'll finally get the answers we've all been waiting for. We'll be back soon with updates. Until then, keep looking to the stars, because the truth is out there.